Sequatchie County, stand up. I was born for this moment, making more than a statement. Hit my opponents the hardest, I might end up leaving them lame. Ain't nobody with focus, ain't nobody I blame me. I don't run through the motions of laziness will not faze me. I'm impatient, I'm crazy, now better yet I'm deranged. If you cut me deep, I will bleed purple gold from my veins. 4th and inches, give me the rock, dog, I'm moving the chain. Slow with my head, keep my feet moving, I'm ignoring the pain. Yo, it's all for the game, for the love of the game. We don't do this for glory, we want that trophy, not fame. Best get off of the tracks unless you won't hit by this train. If you wanna come get it, in between the lines that we fighting. Started from the bottom, we climbing, grinding our way to the title. Hallelujah, it's time, that Friday night light revival. Ain't no love in the jungle, nothing but hate for our rivals. Come on, come on.
Into the jungle. Won't you follow me into the jungle?
This is your TSS in the Valley update presented by Bledsoe Telephone. I'm Chandler Morrison. In the Valley football news, 4 players from the Valley were announced to the Mr. Football Semifinalist Award. In Class 2A, you had from Marion County, both Alex Kirkendall and Hunter McLean. They were both voted for Lineman of the Year. Sequatchie County's Southern Davenport was voted for both Lineman of the Year and Back of the Year in 3A. And then Mitch Butner from South Pittsburgh, he's in the 1A Lineman of the Year race. And to the NBA, Derrick Rose, who was traded to the Knicks in the offseason, will play at Chicago for the first time this year. His Knicks roll into the Chicago Bulls arena with a 1-3 record. Rose was quoted as saying it was weird being a visiting player in your home city. And for your weekend in college football, Tennessee hosts Tennessee Tech in its homecoming game, while Chattanooga hosts Wofford in a SoCon matchup in FCS play. And if you can't sing Rocky Top like our fellow Mr. Robert Easterly, the Tide take on LSU this week in a major showdown in college football and the SEC. You can catch it on CBS at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, Saturday night from Death Valley. And more headlines from the SEC. Ex-Vanderbilt player, football player that is, gets a 17-year prison sentence. The former Commodore Brandon Vandenberg will spend 100% of that time behind bars, with a law in the Tennessee requiring aggravated rape convicts to serve all their time behind closed bars. A report from the Jehovah's Witnesses Convention states that there will be a ban inside the church on Halloween. Apparently, the reason being was because they didn't like people showing up and knocking on their doors at random times. This has been your TSSN update with Chandler Morrison. We'll see you on the flip side. I'm Chandler Morrison, and this is your TSSN weather update presented by Bledsoe Telephone. At kickoff, it's going to be about 61 degrees with the wind going about 5 miles an hour to the north, 42% humidity. It's going to dip down into the low 50s by the end of the night, and we're talking about 11, 12 at night before it dips down into the low 50s there. Humidity going to stay about the same, rise just a little bit. It's going to feel like it is all night. It's going to be a clear night, great night for football, no precipitation in the forecast. The wind's going to die down just a tad, but it's still going to be going south to north or south to northeast throughout the night. This is Chandler Morrison, and this has been your weather update from TSS in the Valley, your place for high school sports in the Sequatchie Valley. This is Spear Nation Radio, live from Dunlap, Tennessee, with Robert Easterly and Colt Weiss on the call. Hit it, guys. And thank you for tuning in to this edition of Spear Nation Radio as your Sequatchie County Indians take on the Howard Tigers in the first round of the TSSAA 3A playoffs. Wow, that's a mouthful, Robert, but it's playoff time, right?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
We got Colton Weiss and Robert Easter on the call if you didn't hear tonight, and they've been on call for a good part of the season now. And I got to ask Colton. Colton started this kind of out of the blue. Colton, how are you liking it right now?
It's pretty cool. It's my first playoff, so it's definitely going to be a different night.
It is going to be a different night. And looking at the tail of the tape and looking at Howard, from what I could see from Howard, I mean, they just looked really like similar to our offense. The only difference was they had two of the wings to the same side instead of to either side. That was the only difference in the offense I've seen. I was talking to the players earlier. They were saying in the film that they ran a bear style front, which is a 5-man front, which is very odd. A 5-2 front is very odd, even in high school. Not something you see every single day.
You say 5-2?
Yeah.
I've not seen that ever in a high school team, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, sometimes we used to run it when I was in high school, but like we would run it in a
when
different way.
Barker was here.
Yeah, we ran it in a different way. That was more like a 5-3 the way we ran it.
Yeah, we had a middle linebacker, 2 outsides, and then the 5 linemen.
Yeah,
so we didn't really run a safety, though.
And to kind of give you a look into this offense, I'm going to read off of TSS in the Valley, your place for high school sports in the Valley, the preview for this. Howard uses a rush-first offense with sometimes deadly downfield passing game, sometimes running out of the shotgun and sometimes center. 3 wingbacks sit on the same side of the backfield in a horizontal fashion, kind of weird. Vincent Bowling is an underrated passer with their quarterback, but has the tendency to leave the pocket at the first sign of pressure, which can be deadly against the Sequatchie County pass defense. So, Robert, Vincent Bowling's the quarterback. Here are some players you need to watch out for tonight. Tadarius Covington, he's an offensive guard. You probably won't be saying his name a lot, but you'll be seeing him a lot. Senior slot back Jaquez Yarborough. Eric Johnson, he's a freshman middle linebacker. Freshman middle linebacker. Calvin Johnson, senior cornerback, as in corner. Calvin Johnson, cornerback. It's like in a corner. Vincent Bowling, senior quarterback. Darius Finazzi. Don't ask me how I said that again because I probably can't do it twice. Senior strong safety. And Tawan Billups, sophomore halfback. And, of course, for your Indians players to watch, Austin Stevens, a senior halfback, Hunter Davenport, senior fullback/linebacker, Ethan Barker, junior quarterback, Kyle Cates, senior tight end/linebacker, and Gabe Jackson. And in case you didn't know, Hunter Davenport is a semifinalist for the Mr. Football Award in 2 categories, the only player to be nominated in 2 different categories. Wow. And looking at that, Robert, what's your take on this game?
I think if Davenport hit a couple of them, maybe they'll slow down a little bit.
That's about the way I see it too. Of course, your Indians will be coming out of the wing tee. It's kind of something that's been expanded for Region 4-3A with a lot more passing, a lot more shotgun involved. With that, Ethan Barker has had a passing game clicking here lately, and we had against Upperman, I believe we had 2 interceptions. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And so we've had
one by Dylan Sanders and one by Hudson. Alec Hudson.
Yeah, Alec Hudson. That puts us at 11 interceptions on the season. That's averaging at least 1 per game, which is something you've probably not seen from Sequatchie County in a long, long time, since the days of Bud Christie and his immaculate 5-interception game he had way back when. Shout out to him, by the way.
Yeah.
But
now, on just to clear up on Alec Hudson's interception, that wasn't really it qualifies as an interception, but he stole the ball right out of that boy's hand. The boy had already caught it, and he just grabbed it out of his hands and ran the other way with it.
Yeah, that is true. You know, I kind of looked at that on the film and I thought, man, how is that like? Do we not have a term for that now? I mean, as much as football has advanced, do we not have a term for stealing the ball? Can we just call it a steal? Can we start our own stat called a steal?
Like basketball, just call it a steal.
Just call it a steal. I mean, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That sounds offensive, though.
Some other matchups to look out for tonight in the Valley. Westmoreland travels to Marion County. Summertown travels to Whitwell, Cornersville at South Pittsburgh. And then tomorrow, at 1 o'clock in Knoxville, at Knoxville, Knoxville, or Grace Christian in Knoxville, excuse me. I'm sorry, I keep butchering everything today. Bledsoe County will take on Tellico Plains in Knoxville on Saturday, which is very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That is a bowl game, and it's a charity bowl game. It's like $10 to get in, but it is a charity bowl game. All proceeds go to the charity it is supporting, so that's a great thing. And I wasn't able to get that in my previews because I didn't find out about it until later in the week when I'd already done all my previews and everything, or else I would have. But anyways, I mean, that's something interesting to do. I love when you can see a team extend their season. Even though they were like 2 or 3 win team, you know, they're going to a playoff game. They're going to a bowl game. That's something bright, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Well, and looking at our matchups for this week, I do want to go through, and Robert, you've already done this, but I do want to go through, and we're going to give our picks for every game but this one. Okay, you've got Westmoreland at Marion County. Who you got?
Wait, what?
Westmoreland at Marion County.
Oh, I picked Marion on that.
Okay, I've got the list in front of me. I got Marion too. Cornersville at South Pittsburgh.
South Pittsburgh.
I got South Pittsburgh. What about you, Colton?
South Pittsburgh.
All right. What about Marion County? You got Marion County in that one too?
Yeah.
All right. We got. And by the way, Brent Holland actually did his picks this week. Imagine that.
Oh wow.
And he picked Summertown in that Whitwell one. Anyway. All right, we got Wilson at North Jackson. Who you got?
Who was it?
Wilson at North Jackson.
I went with North Jackson on that.
All right, and I guess you're about to start there, aren't you?
They're running out on the field now. They are running out on the field,
Okay.
but they're not exactly ready. Captains are about to come out.
All right, we'll get to you in just a second. Brian Lane calling the bowl game that Bledsoe County is in the Feel Sorry for Me Bowl. I think that's an accurate name. I don't have anything against Bledsoe County, but that's what it is. I mean, when you have 2 or 3 wins and don't make the playoffs, I don't think you deserve to go to a bowl game. Do you, Robert?
No, not really.
All right, Tyner at Forest.
Tyner at where?
Forest.
I want to say Forest on that one, to be honest with you.
I got Forest. Colton?
Colton went to the restroom.
Oh, Colton went to the restroom mid-pick. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm sure he would have went with Forest on that one.
All right. Well, he went into the forest to take a leak, didn't he? Jackson County. Jackson County at Meigs County.
I went with Meigs on that one.
I got Meigs too. Boyd Buchanan at Watertown.
Boyd.
I've got Watertown. You actually have Watertown in your picks.
Yeah?
Yeah, you have Watertown in your picks.
Yeah, because I went with John's and I forgot to change that one.
Okay, and don't worry, you're not alone. Brent Holland also picked Boyd. Brent Holland's picking these odd ones. Brent Holland also picked Upperman over Red Bank, which is the one I'm going to ask you about.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got?
I'm Red Bank.
Red Bank?
Yeah.
All right. East Ridge, DeKalb.
I wanted to go with DeKalb, but I think East Ridge has got it.
All right, you do have East Ridge on that. I got East Ridge as well. Notre Dame, Smith County.
I'm going to have to go with Notre Dame.
All right, interesting. John Boston has both DeKalb County and Smith County in his picks. Anyways, going forward, he plays in the game tonight. Columbia Academy Grace Baptist at Columbia Academy.
I'm going to go with Grace.
You went with Columbia in the picks, Robert.
Did I? Well, I don't remember.
I got Columbia.
That was a hard pick for me. I don't know anything about those 2 teams.
All right, I got Columbia Academy in that one, and Fayetteville at Copper Basin.
I think I went with Copper Basin on that one.
You did go with Copper Basin. That's the picks for the night, and those are your matchups for the night as we get ready for some Sequatchie County football. We got the captains out on the field, Robert?
Yes, we did, and we deferred. We won the toss. That was Davenport and Cates out there on captain, and we won, deferred, and we're getting ready to kick off to Howard.
All right, sounds like a good deal. And Billy is there ready to film, correct?
He is.
All right. We're all set for a great night of football here in the Sequatchie Valley. as the Indians take on Howard at home tonight for the first round of the TSSAA Class 3A playoffs. Man, that is a mouthful. Robert, save me.
Do what?
I said, Robert, save me. Continue on with what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. This is going to be a good night. I think Sequatchie County has a really good chance in this one. I got some picks. I did my picks, but I also did my precise picks, which kind of picks who is going to win and by how much. I won't state what I said for this game. You can go online and look at that. But I will look at the history of this game, though. Indians have won the last 5 times they played. They are 5-0 against the Tigers since 1989. They played them 5 times. They've won all 5 times. And from what I can find, Howard has not scored a point on the Indians since they played them.
Wow.
That is interesting. I mean, winning 5 games is one thing, but shutting out an opponent for 5 games is another. Now, we do have one year in 1993. There was no documented score, but it was documented as a win for Sequatchie County. And are you going now?
Yeah, we've been going for this is the first play. Fumbled. But quarterback to the running back was a failed attempt, and they fumbled.
And that quarterback,
Colin Hudson comes up with the ball on the 32 of the Tigers.
And that quarterback for Howard is Vincent Bowling, just so you have a reference for that, Robert.
We have their roster on Colton's phone.
All right, well, make sure you use it tonight so the people will know who you're talking about when you're talking about them.
All right, and that was a short run from Stevens there. We'll call that a 2-yard run. Now on the 32nd 8 now for the Indians. Barker under center. Start the game off here. And tried to fake him out, but now he's going to go back under, and now he hands it off Stevens again. Same side. He's got a little bit more running room this time. Gets about 5 or 6 yards this time. He gets hammered by number sorry. Johnson, number 5. He got trucked by him. No, I think he just got up under his legs there, put it in the air a little bit, yeah. But it is now 3rd and 3. And this time it is handed off to Davenport up the middle. He's close to a first down. He may have it. I believe they do. They should, at least. I believe they have it. Should be a first down. But the rest are going to measure already. First drive from the Indians, and they're already going to measure.
Well, I mean, I'd rather be exact, I mean, instead of not having...
They're going to do this a lot more. It is a playoff game, so it really does matter.
But from what I could see, Robert, that it is good.
I believe it is.
Yep, that's good.
Well, you got to wait for him to pull that chain there, Colton.
No.
But it is an inch or 2 short.
2 inches short.
And I'm not sure what the Indians will do here. I don't think they'll punt. I mean, it's a 4th and very short situation.
Yeah.
So we will see.
They haven't put Abraham in, I don't think, so I'd say they're going to go for it.
And they replaced the ball because it was placed on the wrong side of the hash mark. So, no. And now Barker is lined back up to go for it on 4th down and 2 inches.
And it is now 10 minutes and 34 seconds into the first quarter.
And 2 inches. See what the Indians do here. And Davenport goes up the middle. He's got it first. Maybe about 4 yards on that play.
I don't think that.
And
1 yard. Never mind.
And Raul, we do have an update on that one game that was going on with the Howard and Sequatchie County back in '93. The one I was missing, Brian Lane informed us that was his freshman year. Not to date him, but it was 30 6-0 was the score of that one, if he's not mistaken. Brent Cates was a senior that year as well, as Brian Lane just told us. So 36-0 is the score. So Howard has never scored on Sequatchie County. Wow, that is outrageous that has never happened. Go ahead, Robert.
All right, and that was another play there. Got about 2 yards on that play. Stevens went off to the left side around the tackle this time. And Stevens. And Barker's going to take it himself. He slides down after about a 5-yard gain. Oh, we got a lineman tied in his shoes out there. Is that Noah Hill? Yeah. Noah Smith? Why do I keep saying Hill? I always want to say Hill. He's a tall basketball player. He doesn't play football. Wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. He'd be a good wide receiver. Now Barker back under center. Takes it this time. Stevens got it. Oh. And he jumped for a first down.
And it is 9 minutes left in the first quarter. And is it first and 10, Robert?
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, no, it's first and goal. They're inside the 10 now. After that play from Stevens, they're on about the 6 or 7 yard line. That we're going 6. And that play goes for
about maybe 1.
6 or 7 inches.
Yeah.
That play was okay. The ball carrier was Davenport at that time. Kind of straight up the middle. He pushed it off a little bit to the side there.
Went backwards.
Yeah, they might have went backwards a little bit. And crowd just went wild when Dylan Sanders came in on that play. And he hands off to Stevens this time around the right side.
Oh, my
and he goes nowhere. Maybe forward progress to where the line of scrimmage was.
We had about 3 guys hit him, and then a big old number 75. You Strawyer weighs 340 pounds, 6'5".
It's a big elbow.
Nana's been cooking him biscuits for morning and evening.
Oh, man. And under center again, he hands it off to Stevens again. No, he's got it himself. Oh. And he is.
What?
Whoa. That should have been helmet to helmet, but there's no flag.
Number 2 literally jumped over him while he was
jumped over Davenport, and Davenport. Barker, who had it, took it by itself this time. And we should see Abraham go out on the field, but time out, Coach Kane. And we're going to send you back to Chandler for a few updates.
All right, guys. Looking at the scoreboard for Region 3, Red Bank leads Upperman 34-10 in the second quarter. Notre Dame 14-0 over Smith County. The winner of Notre Dame-Smith County will play the winner of this game. Jackson County trails Meigs County 20-14, and that's also in the second quarter. We have a halftime score. McMinn County over Farragut 21-20, and Campbell County trailing Ooltewah 17-14 at the half. Back to you guys.
All right, well, the boys are coming back out. Looks like offense is coming back out.
But Abraham right down there.
It is 4th and goal, so it is touchdown or nothing here.
Maybe Indians do a little short pass go out because so far their line strong.
Their line is dominant right now.
Yeah.
It's a good lining. But they hand it off up the middle,
and it's no good.
And it is no good. That'll be a turnover.
I mean, that
handed off to looks like Hunter Davenport.
Their defensive line's shown to be very strong already, and we just started.
But the Indians did something really smart. They gave the ball to Howard on their own 2-yard line.
Yeah, they've got to get 98 yards.
That's the only reason that I would have even tried that, give the ball to them way deep in their own territory, especially an end zone pass that close.
Yeah, definitely. And it is 7 minutes into the first quarter. Howard has the ball and it's 0-0.
And Indians stop them right at the line of scrimmage there. Maybe a little bit shorter than that.
Huh. Apparently both of the defenses are doing just that.
Yeah, Squatchy's defense, of course, on the first play, kind of made them fumble.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I have the attention span of a squirrel. Sometimes they just squirrel.
And they hand it off, going back to their running back this time. He gets back to the line of scrimmage again and goes nowhere.
Hey, that should have been hit after play or something.
That'll be third down, and he did get somewhere. He got about a yard and a half or so. So it'll be 3rd and 9.
You don't see that kid push over line? No. Well. And we have 6 minutes left.
This time under center this time. And he's going out to pass this time. Gets it to number 2, and he fumbles, and Alec Hudson picks it up again. Alec Hudson with 2 fumble recoveries now from Howard just in the first half of the first quarter. Half of the first quarter, and Alec Hudson has 2 fumble recoveries. Fumble. And fumble was forced by, I believe it was Dylan Sanders.
That would have been a really good pass if it was completed.
Oh, it was completed, but he dropped it after he caught it. So Squatchy's got the ball back inside the red zone. And he hands it off. No, he goes to the middle himself. He may have first down. He's still going. Barker pushing the pile there by himself. Howard may have an injured player. No, they got him up. Okay. Number 8 got up kind of slow. Dylan Ritchie helped him get up.
Man, I still can't believe they're number 77. 340 pounds.
Is that 75 or 77?
Oh, 75. 77 is 300.
Yeah, I see here. He's a pretty big boy, too. He's a little bit shorter than number 75. But Barker in shotgun now, pistol formation, excuse me. And Stevens goes up the middle down to the 1 yard line.
Man.
And goes down at the 1. So they're a little bit closer than they were a minute ago to scoring.
Yeah. Just got a little second chance.
Of course, this whole drive right here has been set up by the fumble recovery from
first and goal.
Yeah, first and goal on the 1
with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Barker's under center. We'll see if he hands it off. Yes, he does to Davenport, and I believe he's in there. He is. Yes, that is a touchdown, Indians, with 4:39 left in the first quarter.
All right, Robert, we've just seen our first touchdown. What do you think the score, or give prediction what you think it could be?
I may go with what you said. It might be 21. I think Howard may score.
I think they do. I think they got a good chance if they don't keep fumbling.
Yeah, that's been an issue so far, but it is just the first quarter.
Yeah.
And Abraham boots that one through. That's 7-0 now, Indians, on that 1 yard run by Davenport into the end zone.
Yeah, I do think 21-7 is a good, somewhat accurate. Indians might gain a little more, but I don't think it'll be much more than that.
But you don't want them to run up the score and get somebody hurt or anything like that. They got another game to play if they win this.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe it'd be a good thing to run up the score because then they can put some of the JV in.
I don't know about that in a playoff game.
Well, yeah, never mind. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like 50-0, you know.
It
ain't going to hurt to throw in a few of your better freshmen or sophomores.
Sophomore, freshman, a little bit junior, you know.
And Abraham goes to kick.
And we'll see how far he puts this one down. And he boots it right on down to 25, where it's caught by number 5. And he is hit by 2 players at the 40.
And number 5 is C. Johnson. He's a senior, 5'9", and only 165.
He was quick, though.
Yeah.
He really was. But that puts them on their own 39 to start the stop.
That's a lot better than what it was just a minute ago.
Oh, yeah, they were down there on their own, too.
And it is 4 minutes and 33 seconds and 7-0 with your Indians lead first quarter.
And the handoff to the running back, number 3, and he's tackled by Davenport.
Was they running a 3-5 or 3-4, Robert?
Senior?
Yeah.
They run a 3-5, 3 line and 5 running back. That's running back.
Yeah.
Linebackers, excuse me.
That's interesting lineup.
But we're going to line up in shotgun. Double back shotgun. Number 2 on the run this time, and he's tackled by... No, he's still going.
He's first down.
He's got a first down. Finally tackled by 70.
Yeah,
3. That's John Boston.
Poor child.
I don't know how he got there, to be honest. He's a big old boy.
Yeah, we don't have the specs on Don. I'll tell you what, I know he's 300 pounds.
Oh, yeah, he's bigger than me.
And now first and 10 for
Lined up
Howard.
under center this time. 2 running backs in the backfield. And that's number 3 on the run this time. He's got about 5, maybe 6 yards.
They're actually doing better on offense than we are right now.
Well, they are. They're getting a lot more yards on us, but they do have a bigger front than we do.
Yeah, that's true. The linemen are there on our side. They're just slipping right by them.
Yeah. We got 2 linemen getting double teamed, and then you got the center on John Higgins. So it's a little bit rougher.
Yeah.
And he drops back into shotgun now. He calls a timeout due to his players being so confused.
Good, man.
Changed the play up right in the middle of that setup, but now we're going to go back to Chandler and see if he's got any updates for you.
And that I do. Notre Dame is just over Smith County, 14-7. That's a 1-touchdown game right now. Red Bank, of course, just demolishing Upperman. 34-10 right now is the score there. As we continue on down the list, don't have any score for DeKalb County East Ridge. Of course, your Indians. I got a Ray County 35 over Lenoir City 7, and Ottawa is over Campbell County 17-14 at the moment. Back to you guys.
All right, and he is now lined up in his shotgun that he wanted before, and hands off to number 2. But he's in the backfield.
But he's still going.
And he's still going, but he drops back or loses about maybe a yard. I thought he fumbled. I thought I saw a ball go flying.
Yeah, I did too.
Will you use the quarterback's name every time you mention him? Because they don't know who you're talking about.
Bowling. Okay.
And it is now 3 minutes left till the second quarter. Indians leading 7-0.
Bowling now under center. He throws the ball off to the right. Oh! If that was a play, it would have been a loss of a down. Colin Hudson came up and blocked that, but there was a flag thrown for delay of game right before. No, that's false start. My bad. Anyway, 5 yards. So he's gonna lose a little bit more than he did that last play.
Yeah. I mean, they would have just stayed where they were either way, Robert.
But now it is 3rd and forever.
About 13.
About 13. Still long.
Yeah.
We'll see what Howard can do on 3rd and 13.
Well, it'll be a pass play.
And Bowling's down, but they're trying to recall the play. He's calling a timeout now. Bowling can't get his team lined up correctly or just can't run the right play. I don't know what it is.
Their coach is not happy at all.
Yeah,
I can hear him screaming from up here.
Yeah, we heard it.
And hired line back up.
That was quick.
Yeah.
I guess the coach got tired of yelling at him. Anyway, Indians are still going to use this timeout right here.
It's a good break on the boys to start off. Howard don't seem very pepped up after that talk.
No, they don't. But now Bowling under center, 2 running backs in the backfield. Hands it off to number. Who is that? Number 5. Little fast boy.
Johnson.
He was wing on that play, out to the left. Came around the end.
3 yards, and it'll be right around 10 and 4. Or 4th and 10.
4th and 10.
Sorry.
Come on, Cole.
And they seem to be still confused about where to go.
And they are going to punt at the moment, but it looks like, he gets the snap off, and it is punted down to Colin Hudson, but it will look like it will roll on down onto the 5-yard line. Wow. Colin let that one go a little bit too far.
Yeah. But plain to say, first quarter, necessarily that ain't going
Yeah. Now, the Indians starting their own, this is a 3rd drive, and it is 1st and 10 on their own 5-yard line.
Yeah. But as we're saying, I mean, I'd rather see us lose a few yards just trying to get the ball down there than see Colin Hudson get hurt in the playoffs.
Or lose the ball.
Because we have seen that before, I think, with Warren County.
Yeah, Warren County. And I believe it was Colin that dropped it then. But that was a small play for maybe a yard.
Yeah, a yard.
Yeah, we'll go a yard on that one.
And we now have 1:45 left, first quarter. Indians leading 7-0.
Colin brings in the play. That's Alex. Excuse me. Brings in the play. Gets them 2 boys confused.
Ain't hard to do, though.
Yeah, and now we're seeing, I believe that's Stevens break out for first down.
It was 12 yards, 13.
That was about a 12-yard run by Stevens. That's a first down on their own. We'll call that the 17-yard line.
Number 13 there.
Nice run. He wasn't really touched until he got down there.
Yeah. I'm surprised Cameron Weaver, he's one of was JV.
He was JV. They stepped him up after a few players got hurt, and he just showed up. And now Barker's running himself. Oh, he fumbles after he falls to the ground.
He was already down by the time that ball fell.
Yeah, he fell down.
Good.
His elbow hit the ground where he was holding the ball, and
that was close.
Yeah. But it is now, he got about 6 yards on that play. It's about 2nd and 4. Nice run by that, oh my Lord, Barker. Kept it right up the middle there. I thought he handed it off to Steve.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good.
He does hand it off to Davenport this time, who may get a first down.
Yeah, that's the first down.
I believe, yes, that's the first down. Looks like the Indians have figured out how to get past that giant line of Howard there.
They're just finding a little gap, getting about 5 yards to play kind of right now.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty good. And we have 11 seconds counting down first quarter.
And that'll be the end of the first. The Indians are going to let it run out. So at the end of the first, we have 7-0 Indians. And it's been a pretty dominant game from both defenses, but Of course, the defensive Howard did let them score down here, but it was set up on a fumble.
How about that? You couldn't have got more perfect setup than what you had.
Yeah, you fumble on the 15-yard line and get it back to the 10, and I mean, what a perfect setup.
Yeah.
I mean, Alec Hudson has 2 fumble recoveries now. One set up by Big John Higgins and one set up by Dylan Paxton.
I believe, really, if Howard wouldn't have got the fumble, we wouldn't have a touchdown. It'd still be a tight game. And that's pretty accurate.
Right.
That's a pretty accurate statement. Because we've seen minor yard movements, but we haven't seen a big wide open pass yet. Of course, it's just the start of the second quarter, so you never know. But
You don't want to start Barker throwing this early.
Yeah.
Let Howard kind of figure out what you're doing. I mean, I don't know what they're doing either, but
I don't even know if
the
other coaches do.
I don't know their game plan. All I know is they're trying to win this ball. But Barker under center now. He goes up the middle himself. He's got about 6 yards. Maybe 7 yards.
Wait a second, because I think that Barker's on.
Yeah, that's about a gain of 7 yards.
Yeah, 20.
Second 3 now for the Indians.
And the ball is on the 35-yard line
Of the Indians.
Yeah. And it is second and about 34. I think 4. Yeah, 4.
And now he's under center. He hands it off to Stevens this time. Stevens got a little running room. He's got a first down. That's about a 7-yard carry.
I think 41-yard line. That was.
Yeah, 6-yard carry.
You know, as we were saying earlier, right before we hit second quarter, they're getting these 5 4-yard runs, and it just works perfect.
If you can get 5 yards every play, you're going to score.
Eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
It might take you a while, but, I mean, it's still going to work. And Barker's back under center.
Hands it off this time with Stevens again around the left side. He's got a few yards, almost another first down. That's 8-yard gain by Stevens. Second and 2 now.
And we have 10 minutes and 45 seconds left till halftime.
Yep. That was a quick first quarter, though.
Well, I mean, so much was going on, you didn't really have much time to see the clock.
That's true.
Time flies when you're having fun.
We didn't even look at the clock until the Indians scored. So. But Barker is shotgun now. Fakes the handoff to Hudson, and he goes up the middle for another first down. 4-yard, no, 6-yard gain by Barker.
Yeah, that's either 6 or 7. That was actually pretty good.
That was a great run by Barker right up the middle. Faked to hand it off to Alec Hudson. And now Barker under center this time. Davenport behind him, 2 wings. And he goes up the middle himself, charging, but he gets destroyed by 2 linemen. Grabbed from behind, and in number 75 had him from front.
Man, I think I'd go for, I mean, at least attempt to pass. You've got...
That play went absolutely...
Yeah, you got about 8 yards to go, second and 8. Yeah, I think I'd try at least 1.
But Barker goes under center once again with Davenport behind him. And he hands off to Stevens around the left side this time. Stevens got a few, maybe about 4 yards there. That'll be 3rd and 4.
And we have 9 minutes left in the second quarter, and it's still 7-0 Indians.
And here we go, 3rd down for the Indians.
You know, it's kind of amazing on both halves that they can only get 5 to 6 yards in each play.
Hand it off to Stevens. He may have a first down. They may measure this one.
No, they're not. They're going for it.
They're just going to say that. Yeah, that's first down. I didn't see him. Mouse his ball. But first down on Howard's 34-yard line. And Barton comes out under center and hands it off to Davenport, who just lays somebody out.
I don't understand why he didn't go wide. Of course,
If he went wide, he would
have had it. He had a lot of yardage. But he went out wide and then cut back in.
I think he just wanted to hit somebody.
A little intimidation factor.
Oh, yeah.
And you
I
know,
don't know.
Davenport has been known to hit somebody, though. I remember in the preseason they were playing CCS, and he could have scored, just kept on running and scored, but he came and hit somebody, and they asked him, so why didn't you just score? He said, I didn't like that kid. If that tells you anything about Davenport, when he does speak, he has actually got some.
Oh, he got up the middle. He breaks it out. He's gone. That's Davenport up the middle. Woo! Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Chandler, we cut you off, but that was amazing. Davenport goes right up the middle and breaks it for a, wow, that's a 34-yard touchdown from Davenport.
Well, we're getting closer on one prediction, but nowhere on the second one.
Wow. And Abraham lined it up. There's a snap, and it is.
It's good.
It looks good. The rest stays good.
And the Indians are now 14-0 in the second quarter, about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Chandler, you were talking earlier, five game history with Howard. They've not scored on us, and they still haven't yet.
You know, I believe still, even though they haven't scored yet, if they could get another pass completed, not dropped. Yeah. If they can get a pass completed and get out wide, I think they have a chance to score it.
Yeah, dude.
But, I mean, really, their defense has shown to be very promising. I mean, even though they've let it slip, they've shown to be...
Last play right there.
Just the last play. They've been pretty dominant in the defense.
And Abraham ready to kick this one off. Not heard a whistle yet. There's the whistle. And here it is.
Oh.
Shorter kick this time, back to the 40, and he's hit as he lays down after he catches that one.
Oh.
That's number 9 on that return. That's A-Cal.
A-Cal.
A-Cal. Okay.
A-Cal 47.
I'm guessing that's Aaron Cal. Not sure. Anyway.
And still 7 minutes and 30 seconds left.
And Robert, just to kind of... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Colton.
That's all right.
And just kind of add on to that no-scoring streak, Howard has scored, Sequatchie County has scored 18 straight touchdowns in 20 straight quarters against the Tigers, which is very interesting,
wow.
including this game. Actually, that'd be 22 quarters after the end of this quarter. That Howard has not scored on Sequatchie County, which is very interesting to say the least. You rarely see a streak like that.
Yeah, that's an amazing streak, especially from the Indians.
Well, speaking about the streak of not scoring, Mo Yarborough
just ran a 4-yard rush, and this time I don't think the running back. I believe that's number 6 this time. Barely gets back. No, he gained a yard. Okay.
Yeah. Yarborough literally juked out, 2 or 3 of our linemen?
Oh, yeah. He got Justin Colton off guard,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
And we now have 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Indians leading 14, Howard 0.
And snap out of under center.
Oh.
No, he stops in the backfield. He's a screen pass over to the left side. Number 8 catches it, and he's put down behind the line
By Dylan Sanders and
that's to number 8. That is, I cannot say his name.
Benazi.
I'm gonna go with Finesse. Yeah, but now can't get you a number on the punter. But here's the punt. That's Bolin. That's the quarterback on the punt there, and Colin lets it roll down to the Indian 14-yard line before Howard gets back to it. So 5:34 left in the second quarter, and the Indians have it at their own 14.
I tell you what, Robert, this game will be over before we know it.
This has been one of the quickest playoff games I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. But we haven't seen a lot of fouls.
We've seen one flag the whole game.
Yeah, one flag.
And it was a false start penalty. I mean, it wasn't a big penalty.
And like good old Grundy County was.
There's a flag back on. Well, okay, we said that. There's
Well,
a flag
I'm
back
sorry,
on the third. Oh, it's against Howard. And I believe it was holding on Howard on the punt.
What? That's a big screw up right there.
So they're going to have to re-punt from their own 33. And this time it will not go as far. Stop at the 37 this time instead of 14. So the Indians gained a lot of yards off that penalty.
Yeah, he did. What was it at to begin with, Robert? 25, I think?
This is the first team also that I've seen their quarterback, besides our team is what I'm saying, their quarterback is also the punter.
Well, I mean, we go back a few games ago, and we had the Walkup brothers.
Yeah, but Jake was the punter and not his brother.
Oh. But, I mean, either way, that's the most broad spectrum kid I've ever seen in my life.
And Stevens goes up the middle for maybe a yard and a half.
And we now have 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go, second quarter.
He did get about, he got 2 yards. Down in distance. All right. Second and 8 for the Indians now on their own 38-yard line. And Barker under center hands it off. This time to Stevens around the left side. Stevens got the room. He finally gets brought down at the Howard 46-yard line.
Oh, my God.
And the player that tackled him is injured. Looks like an arm injury. The way
I think he just got the wind knocked out of him.
I think he did. Well, Stevens did land on him.
Yeah.
So it'll be first and 10 for the Indians from the Howard 46-yard line. And somebody just did that.
That's Baylor.
Was it Baylor?
Yeah, that's Baylor.
Oh, that's funny. Baylor Lockhart. Anyway, y'all know him. That's the loudest I've ever heard him yell.
He had a microphone.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
The megaphone.
There's a police coming for you, Robert.
Huh? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Man, I hope our kids are all right.
Hey,
And he's
all right, that's number 13. We don't have him on the roster.
We got R. Daniel and C. Thomas, 12 and 16.
But we did not have 13 on our roster. But he looks to be all right. He's walking, I don't know, he just kind of wobbles a little bit. He might have a concussion. He hit the ground pretty hard.
Did you say hit Austin Stevens?
Austin Stevens
Oh, yeah.
throwing the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard hit.
Austin got a first down. Now the Indians on the 40. Oh, okay. 47.
They backed that up.
And this time Davenport goes outside, and he gets a yard before he gets hit. He gets forward coverage, maybe a yard. No gain, they say.
It's better than where he landed, from where it looked like he landed.
Yeah.
From where it looked like I thought
They
it
gave
landed.
him forward progress, but not the forward progress they should have.
Yeah. But hey, I won't complain with that because it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse, so I'm going to go with it. Barker in the shotgun this time. Going out to the right side. He's going to pass. No, he's having to run off his own players.
No.
And he's caught by Stevens. Through the hands of number 8. That's Finazzi. And Stevens was shot behind it because that's how he seen it. I mean, he was looking straight down. He did it in his band. He's probably like, whoa, wait, what? Stevens like, oh, there's cool. Let's go. Anyway, first down now on the 24.
All right, and Indians run up center with Austin Stevens. Yeah, gains maybe a yard. I don't believe so. Yeah, actually gains 2 or 3 yards.
It's hard to tell when the sticks are over there and you're looking down here.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's at an awkward angle when you're trying to look at it.
yeah.
And putting Colin Hudson back in, and they have 3 minutes left to the till halftime.
Yeah, so halftime, and 2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line of Howard, and there'll be a flag on Squatchy, I believe, for false start. And it will be.
Oh, that's stuff.
I don't know what that one was about, but Travis yelling nuts and bolts.
That's the nuts and bolts thing. We got screwed, so yeah. That's funny right there. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, Squatchy's got about 13 yards to go.
And Davenport goes up the middle for a good-looking game there. Gets it down to the 18. 17. Nice.
Nice, mate.
Nice, mate.
And it is now 3 and 3.
We're going to put another sprint on the Bobby.
Yes, we will.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, Parker under center now. 3rd and about 4. But hand off Stevens. He goes around the left side. He's got the first.
Knocks his own player down.
He's now on the 10-yard line. That's a first down.
Wouldn't it be goal?
First and goal is what they're going to call it. He might be right on the inside of the 10.
I believe so. It's like, yeah, right on the inside. And 1 minute and 40 left till halftime. Indians leading 14-0. I mean, pretty close to what I predicted, but I predicted that Howard would at least got 7.
We're not even at halftime yet, though.
True.
So, we're going to watch, I believe the Davenport girls in the middle for about maybe 3.
Man, Davenport's a big guy, but when you got big old number 77 on their team.
75.
75, 77, I think both are out. Yeah, they both are.
And one of them weighs 340, the other one weighs 300. 6'5" and 6'2".
And I don't even know if Davenport weighs 200.
No, he doesn't. I don't think.
I don't believe so.
I think he weighs 190. And he hands it off Stevens.
He
is in the end zone, I believe.
No, they're not counting it.
Where's he at? 1 yard line?
The 1 inch?
The 1 inch?
Do they have a 1 inch yard line?
Oh, yeah, the 1 inch yard line. And there's 48 seconds left. I'm sure Coach Ken's going to try to score right before halftime. But I believe he's the one that just called a timeout.
Yeah.
So, Chairman, you got any updates for us?
I do. Looking at our scoreboard, Brian Lane is helping us out a little bit. Meigs County over Jackson, 28-14. Marion County over Westmoreland. That is 28-0 in Marion's favor. Watertown, 12-0 over Boyd. Whitwell, 2-0 over Summertown. They have only a safety as a score Very defensive game there in the second quarter right now. Columbia Academy 14-0 over, Grace Baptist. South Pitt, last score we have on that is South Pitt 21-6 over Cornersville. Red Bank 41-10 over Upperman. And Smith, the halftime score from that game was Notre Dame 14, Smith County 7. Looking for an update to see if we got anything else on that, and I do not. And that's going to be about all I can do on the updates. Back to you guys.
And Sequatchie lines up for an inch and goal, and it's good.
It is in the end zone. I believe that was done for right up the middle again for an inch done. I guess I call that a yard. Anyway, that's a touchdown. We're going to see Abraham go back out there and see if he can put another one through.
All right, guys, correction. I've got 10-0 at Whitwell. It is now 10-0. It did start out with a safety in the end zone from what I can find on Twitter. So that was 2-0. Now it's 10-0. Whitwell leads Summertown in that one. Back to you guys.
And I believe that is a defensive penalty. That's a flag on number 8. He left too early to go block that field goal.
Uh-oh.
So that's another yard for Abraham to get that field goal in there.
Hey, whatever.
Do what?
20 in right
20
now. He
right
still
now.
got a kick.
They just had a flag on number 8 for being offside. On 45 seconds till halftime. 20-0, and we're waiting on the kick from Abraham for the extra point.
And it's good.
That is 21-0. 45 seconds left until halftime. Indians about to kick off to Howard. Indians lead this ball game by pretty good little score there.
Well, we have half the prediction at halftime.
You don't have half of it. You got 3 quarters of it.
Well, that's a good thing you're doing in math. That's the first time he ever been good at math.
You predicted 4 touchdowns in this game, 1 by Howard, 3 by the Indians.
Yeah. I think now it'll be 28. At least. Or more.
I'm going with more. I think Coach Daniel actually tried to run up the score, to be honest with you.
Hey, it's the playoffs. Why not?
Just to scare somebody. You know, just to scare the next team that we got to play. And by the looks of it, what Chandler said, Notre Dame wasn't really winning that game by a lot. And, he's outside. That's number 3 on the rush, but he's hit by Abraham on the outside. Abraham put him out of bounds. Now, what was you saying, Tim?
That game was actually 14-12 there in the third quarter. It is now 21-12. Notre Dame takes a lead of, I believe that is 8 points. Yes, that's 9 points there. Excuse me. 21-12 is the score there. It was 14-12 early in the third quarter, and now it's late in the third quarter, 21-12 after an Andrew Brank score for Notre Dame. Pretty close ball game.
That sounds closer than I thought it was going to be.
Hey, I did pick. Hey, in my bracket, I did pick Smith County in my bracket to beat Notre Dame. So, woo.
And Baldwin goes down in the backfield. This time tackled by Caleb Reed, and that is Austin Miller.
You know, you seen John Higgins got back there, but he just couldn't
He couldn't get a hold on him. But there was Austin Miller, and of course, there's Caleb Reed back there to end it for him.
They call it timeout, or they?
And I believe that's the Indian timeout. Maybe it's Indian timeout.
And the score is now 21-0 with 26 seconds left in the second quarter with Indian lead.
26 seconds. See what Howard can do with that.
Hey, so far they didn't do that bad.
I don't know. They just lost 2 yards.
Yeah, but they gained a good bit, though, earlier.
Yeah, they did. But that was on the kickoff. And snap goes for a pass. He's going for a pass, but he's got pressure. Caught by number 2. No.
Yarborough.
Yeah, dude. On the 10, no, that's the 12-yard line. But there's a player down. There was a 4-man pile on that reception, and the other receiver of Howard is down, face first in the ground right now. Does not look like he wants to get up at all.
Don't look like he can get up.
I just saw his leg move, so he ain't dead.
That's a good thing.
Well, we can't really do much, but I'll try to get you a number on this player when he gets up. If he does get up.
It isn't. No, number 2's over there.
No, number 2's the one that caught that. He got up. I believe it was number 3 or number 6.
No, number 3's got up there, so that's not good.
I think it's 5 or 6. I don't know. Oh, it's 11. We're way off. Anyway,
Gamble.
he gets
Jay
up.
Gamble.
That's Campbell, as Coach said.
Gamble.
Oh, with the Gamble. Okay. Hard to hear with these headphones.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We need some fancy coaches headphones.
Oh, yeah, man. We used to have some, but we used them down on field.
Low price of $21,000 a year.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm out. Kane. Oh, yes, Kane. That's Coach Kane's last time out before half, but there's 16 seconds left. And we're going to go to update from Chandler.
All right, guys, I'm looking down the list. No score on the DeKalb County East Ridge game thus far. I'm looking for that one as we speak. Giles County 28-7 over Hickson. Farragut 34-21 over McMinn County. Those are both in the third quarter. Jackson County trails Meigs County 28-14, third quarter. Our picks are right on that one, Robert. 28-0, Marion County leads Westmoreland. Those are both in the third quarter. Smith County trails Notre Dame 21-12 in the third. Walker Valley 35-20 over Oak Ridge. Red Bank rolling after halftime 41-10 over Upperman. Cornersville trailing 21-6 to South Pittsburgh. Summertown trailing Whitwell 10-0. And then your Sequatchie County Indians up 21-0 on Howard currently. Back to you guys.
And that was a deflected pass from, I believe it's deflected by Hunter Davenport in the end zone. Luckily, that was deflected. 11.7 seconds left now until halftime after that deflected pass.
These last 30 seconds have taken longer than the whole first quarter.
I'm telling you.
Man.
And
he goes
he's
for
going
a
to pass.
pass.
And he's got 2 players wide open. And number 8 is in the end zone. That is Maisie.
My prediction's almost right.
And Colton's prediction, if they get this field goal, is correct so far, but we still have another whole half to play.
But it's right now.
It's right now. That is correct. Well, not really. He ain't kicked it yet. And he kicked it. And it's no good. Blocked by Davenport. Colton, your prediction's wrong. Off by 1 point. Literally 1 point. Yeah. Kick deflected by Stevens.
Steve.
I was about to say Davenport, and I said no, Stevens. Howard did score on a long pass from the 25 into the end zone on 2 men wide open. No Indians in the vicinity.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what happened, but they were wide open. Now the Indians are going to get it kicked off to them with 6 seconds until halftime. But like I said, 6-21, Indians lead, and that pass was deflected, or not pass. The PAT was deflected by Austin Stevens in the backfield.
And as Robert said, we have 6.6 seconds left, 21-6.
And here's
leading.
the kick. First kick we've seen from Howard, and it goes back to, I believe it, Dylan Sanders, 29. I don't know how you didn't see that. That's 29. That's Dylan Sanders.
Oh, I was talking about the yardage.
Oh.
I don't even know if we have a 30. No, we don't. We don't have a 32. Yeah.
It is. And there's 6 seconds, I'm sure. Barker's going to take this into victory formation and just go to halftime. And that's what it's looking like at the moment. He does. So we're going to take this to halftime now. Indians lead this ball game 21-6 at half. And they're looking to score a few more. What do you got on your scoring in there?
Been doing a lot better. Just make ssure that iRig is still in there. On the scoreboard, of course, Sequatchie County leads 21-7 now over Howard. Watertown leads Boyd Buchanan. What's that?
21-6, not 7.
21-6, excuse me. I'm used to seeing scores with sevens, not sixes. Watertown leads Boyd Buchanan 12-0. Ray County 35-7 over Lenoir City. Chattanooga Central trails Page 14-7 in the second quarter. In the fourth, Ottawa up 24-14 over Campbell County. Marshall County 21-0 over East Hamilton. And we're going up the list. Forest leads Tyner 13-7. Close ball game there. Copper Basin at Fayetteville 7-0 is the score there. East Ridge and DeKalb County, still no score on that one. We're still looking for one. Columbia Academy 7-0 over Grace Baptist. I think that's a different score now. Whitwell up 10-0 over Summertown. South Pittsburgh 21-6 over Cornersville. Red Bank 41-10 over Upperman, the last update we've got. And then Notre Dame 21-12 over Smith County is the score there. And 49-13 is the score Alcoa over Unicoi County if you're looking deep in the playoffs. But with the scores tonight, I wouldn't be looking too deep into those playoffs, guys.
Yeah, I want.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break real quick. We're going to be right back.
You're awesome.
And we're back here on TSSN Radio for the halftime show. And Robert, what song are you singing today?
What stars?
What song?
What song? Oh, song? Oh, crap.
Yeah, what song?
Coach, what you got on your playlist? Everything. Everything. No, rock stop. No, rock stop. No. Yes. No. Not go through that embarrassing Ray Ray's juke joint. I don't even know. Where did you come up with that, Jamie Johnson? I ain't heard that one. Ain't that down there to Ray Ray's juke joint?
Ray juke joint down in the holler.
Jimmy Johnson, I thought he was the NASCAR racer. Jamie Johnson. God, I'm just kidding. I know who Jamie Johnson is. I had to. 16 fellas. Yeah. Sing that since you know it. Grandpa. I can't sing that song with a straight face. I can't. That's a good song. I like that song.
Well, sing it.
Well, sing it then, boy. Let me get in character. I'm still smiling at Colt for all his facial recognition. Facial recognition. No, they got drones that fly around now and recognize their facial recognition. Well, we can't have that. We'll just have to. You know what we call those? You know what we call that? South facial recognition can't recognize that. You know what we call them drones in the South? What? Target sign or target. Yeah, flying target. That's my new bird. It's time my new choke. New choke. I'll be here. Don't even have to holler full.
Radio. This is Chandler Morrison.
Oh, sorry, you probably couldn't hear me there. This is Spear Nation Radio with Chandler Morrison and Robert Easterly and Colton Weiss on the call right now. What's the tale of the tape right now, guys? Sequatchie County leads 21-6 at the half. Howard scores with 6 seconds left in the second quarter to make it a 21-6 ball game right now. How are you feeling out there, guys?
Well, I mean, offensively, the Indians have been doing really good, especially after the first drive that they had.
Yeah.
The first drive, they just couldn't do anything with that giant line of Howard. But after that first drive, they figured them out and just started running pretty much right up the middle. I don't know how they're running right up the middle.
I don't either. I mean, that's a small gap, especially between, 640 pounds between two guys.
Yeah.
77 and 75.
He's 6'3", 300 pounds, and
6'3",
75 is 6'5", and 345 pounds, or 35 pounds. Excuse me.
Let me look.
He is. Both of them are just massive on that big defensive front.
And I mean, as we've seen, I don't see how they're running up the middle. I mean, that's a wall. That's a wall, and they're just sliding right through that wall.
Davenport scored a touchdown right through the middle of that wall.
Yeah.
What?
Let's build a wall. It don't work.
3 times. They scored down there. They scored down there. They scored down there again.
And guys, we have an update on the Smith County Notre Dame game. We'll play the winner of that game. Notre Dame. Well, if we win this one, I shouldn't jinx us too early. 21-15 the score in that one. Notre Dame leads 21-15. Smith County just hit a 28-yard field goal. And it's 21-15 now. Looking at the scoreboard around the area, not much change. 35-14, Meigs County over Jackson County. Whitwell, of course, still 10-0 over Summertown. And 41-12, South Pittsburgh over Cornersville. Got some finals out east, but none that really concern us at the moment. Of course, Notre Dame 21-15 over Smith County. Upperman trails Red Bank 41-10. Finally have a score on the East Ridge DeKalb County game. East Ridge leads DeKalb County 9-6 at the half. There, what's your take on that game, Robert?
What?
What's your take on the East Ridge DeKalb County game? East Ridge leads 9-6 at the half.
That's what I predicted. I predicted the East Ridge to come out on top on that one.
Well, it's still at half. It's not a final there, buddy.
I know, but I mean, still, the Cavs hasn't even scored at halftime. Normally, they'll score before halftime if they're going to score at all.
Well, I don't know. Against Grundy County, they scored 3 straight touchdowns there, buddy.
I know, but they had at least a field goal in the first half. If they're going to score at all, they always score at least 1 touchdown, 1 field goal in the first half.
Yeah, East Ridge 9-6 over DeKalb County. That's interesting. If Smith County were to pull off the upset and DeKalb County were to win, that could leave 3 Region 4 3A teams in the mix. Red Bank would be the only lone one. We see Red Bank is far and above their competition tonight. 41-10 over Upperman. That was a halftime score. So you can just imagine what it is now. We are rooting for Smith County. We do not want to play Notre Dame next week, mainly because we just don't want to play Notre Dame because, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Notre Dame. Are you, Robert?
Do what?
I'm not a big fan of Notre Dame, are you?
I'm not a big fan of Notre Dame. Not after what they done to us last year.
That's something a lot of people don't
They killed Brandon Rose. I mean, he couldn't even walk.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't know if that went against their duty or what. I mean, was that something they had to go to confession to figure out, or what's up?
That's terrible.
That's awful.
Well, I'm Protestant, so I don't have to worry about going to confession.
That's terrible.
See, the difference between a Protestant and a Catholic is the Protestant will tell their parents what they did and get in trouble for it. A Catholic will tell the priest and won't get in trouble for it.
Oh, gosh.
Either way, it turns out bad in the end. So
Turns out bad in the end, especially when it's Notre Dame.
That Notre Dame score was in the third quarter, so that gives us a little bit of hope. Maybe Smith County can come back. Meigs County up 42-14 over Jackson County. And, Robert, what's your joke of the day, by the way?
My joke of the day?
Yeah, your joke of the day. You got to have one.
Oh, okay.
Everybody has one.
This is totally out of the question because they're not even in the playoffs. But if you got to move your bra to find your dip can, you might be from Grundy County.
Oh, man. All right. That's a good one right there. That is a good one. Oh, man. You got any more Grundy County jokes, Robert?
If you don't know if your mama is your aunt or your grandma, then you might be from Grundy County. Oh, my Lord.
That one was bad, buddy. That one was bad.
My cousin's going to yell at me for that one. Wait, is it your cousin or your brother then? Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I know now what it's for.
It could be worse. Your grandma could be calling in again.
I'm my own grandpa. That's a great song. Y'all ever heard that song?
No.
No. Oh, I got a great song for y'all today. It's called Cletus Take the Real.
I've heard that by Tim Hawkins.
For once, I've heard that.
Cletus.
No, I'm not going to sing that.
Oh, my.
Take it from my head. I went down to Grundy County. How did I get off on Grundy County so fast? You were talking about jokes? We were talking about jokes, and I just came up with that one from Grundy there.
How mad are you right now, Robert?
Mad at me for what?
I don't know. You got to be mad at something. Everybody's going to be mad at something every once in a while.
Yeah.
So how mad are you is the question.
About that mad.
And Notre Dame, by the way, in case you're actually wanting to venture back into the realm of football, Notre Dame takes the 28-15 lead with 1:41 left in the third quarter. Andrew Banks, the running back for Notre Dame, has 187 yards on 10 carries, and that's his third TD run of the night.
Yeah.
So, Sequatchie County fans, if we do get away with this one, you'll have to face a monster running back in Andrew Banks this coming week. Like I said, 187 yards in 3 quarters on 10 carries and 3 touchdowns in 3 quarters, guys. That is a whew. Maybe you hope for the Smith County upset because we at least know that we've beaten Smith County. We don't know that we've beaten Notre Dame.
That is true.
That is true. That is true. How close are we to getting done with halftime?
4 minutes and 30 seconds, or 19 now.
All right, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to take a quick timeout for a commercial and a song. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
I'm in beast mode, man, I got the whole crew lit. I'm killing it, independence, been asking for my blueprint too sick. For verbal aggression, I am abusive. I've never had a dime, now you're tuning in for my 2 cents. Real, R-E-A-L. I know you can't stand me, might as well sit still. Boy, I got the type of boss you wanna see if you misbail. That mean I got the type of flow to keep you wrapped up in the sail. Y'all don't really want war with me. You see the crown on top, that's royalty. I'm from the back, what's a rapping when I spoil me? I know you're mad, but what happened to loyalty? Feel me? It's been a long time coming, boy. I started from the bottom, but I hit the ground running. I'm the king of the valley. They done put the crown on me. I can't look at you rappers without looking down, homie. Nah, woo. Alright, let me get them. I'm ahead of you, second guesses. You peasants, but the feeling no consecutive records. I know my presence make you timid. It's a lyrical weapon. The type to get a gimmick stepping. I'm a beast. I ain't stopping for a second. Sequatchie County rapping. I'm riding up on 11. Inside of a Chevy Impala, thought of the metal. You're not on my level. You never will now or ever. Never. Who the man now? Killing rappers on the regular. We got a man down. Hear the feds moving in. Trace the body on the ground. Every track's a murder scene. There's yellow tape all around, huh? Proceed with caution. Don't speak. I feast on beats way too often. No peace for these who keep releasing garbage. I'ma put them 6 feet underneath or they coffin. Beast. If they hating, homie, they in for a long day. For a while I had my focus in the wrong place. Fame, money, cars, brainwashed by the fakes. Never felt pity for myself, I had to learn from my mistakes. Now I'm bound to be the one that they gon' talk about. They got a problem, that's okay, just let them talk it out. They know better, they gon' watch what come up out their mouth. Ayy, not too bad for a redneck that they done counted out. Yeah, I'm from the south, walk outside here and playing that Hank Williams. Back in college, they would laugh when I spoke cause my slang different, my aim different. I ain't trapping the strap, I ain't dealing, trying to provide a voice to my city that can't hear it. Now I'm picking apart these rappers, hit them with the venom, I've been spitting, I'm an addict. Kill them until I'm considered established, we're not cut from the same fabric. Nah, can y'all compete with me? Nah, you're telling tales. Throw a quarter in a fountain, maybe that'll wish you well. I'm a beast.
And welcome back to Spirit Nation Radio. I'm Chandler Morrison here with Robert Easterly and Colton Weiss on the call from Dunlap as the Howard Tigers take on the Sequatchie County Indians. And we're about to get underway for the second half, I do believe there, Robert. Am I correct?
They are warming up at the moment.
All right. Well, I did just get stats from Paul Underwood for this half. And trying to find this. Sequatchie County has 178 rushing yards on the ground, 23 passing yards. Howard with 23 yards rushing, 37 yards passing. That is less. Let me repeat. That is less. That is 59 yards total offense for Howard. And you have almost.
They did break the streak on the whole no score against Sequatchie.
Robert, I can't hear you too well. Can you speak up?
Yeah. They did break the tradition where Sequatchie just murders them and doesn't let them score.
And to do it on less 59 yards of offense, to do it just on that in one quarter, that is astounding, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is.
But that is just a interesting stat there. 37 yards to the air, 23 yards on the ground. They aren't getting much of anywhere on the ground. Howard isn't, but the Indians have 178 yards on the ground. They have roughly 190 yards. 191 yards, I believe. Nope. That's not right.
What?
They have 201 yards on the ground tonight. Or not on the ground, but on overall. I'm sorry, I keep butchering things up tonight. I apologize, y'all. But they have about 201 yards total offense tonight, where Howard has 59 yards. That has been a tell of the tape tonight. It's just Howard not being able to move the ball as much as Sequatchie. Am I right, Robert?
What?
Can you not hear me, Robert? What's that?
Do what? Didn't catch that. What'd you say?
You know, I was talking about how Sequatchie County has 201 yards of rushing, and overall, and and 201 yards to 59 is a whole lot of difference on total offense. Am I right?
That is true. But the score doesn't really show that, actually.
Yeah, surprisingly. And we got a minute left.
The score on the Indians' part shows the 21 points that they've scored. Like, their yardage and their points kind of match up. But, however, for Howard, there's 6 points and their 50-some-odd yards. That don't really add up.
No, I mean, if you add it up for the Indian, that's roughly 90-something yards per touchdown that they've had to go and do of offense.
Yeah.
You can't. That just seems unfathomable almost. But,
And we got right at 15 seconds to start time.
And the Indians are getting ready to receive. They will have the ball this half.
all right, we do have a final, guys. Red Bank 54 over Upperman 13. That is a final score tonight. Red Bank advances to the next round. And Notre Dame, Smith County, 28-15, Notre Dame leads. We'll see who advances to that one. That one's still in the third quarter. I would suspect it's in the early fourth quarter. Go ahead, guys.
All right, Clutchy's lining up to receive the kick. And I don't believe we have a kicker yet. Yeah, we do have a kicker, number 23. Bascu? I don't know how to say that.
Vasquez.
Yeah.
And he boots it down. Oh, maybe go out of bounds. And it does. That's a flag for Howard.
That's a good start.
That's a good start.
That's a good old Grundy start right there.
Oh, God. Grundy start.
We won't speak of that game.
Yellow everywhere. And both teams are purple and gold. All we saw was yellow.
I mean, their teams just be all yellow.
Oh, man. I'm telling you.
Oh.
I look like somebody kept using that yellow shoe and losing it. I'm telling you, it was bad. That's the worst. We broke the state record for flags in that game, I swear.
Had to.
And handed it off to Stevens around the right side. Ooh. Hit by number 75. But he gets right back up like it didn't even happen. That was a 10-second play right there. That's what we're going to call that. And second play. Clock winding down 11:40 now. And Barker under center, Stevens behind, or not Stevens, Davenport behind him, and that'll be a jump off side for Howard. That's another 5 yards for the Indians. Now. They face him out with the snap can, so that'll be 5 yards, and there goes Baylor with, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's right there. You got to wait until he says it and snap that there ball. But Barker back under center, Davenport behind him. Hands off Stevens to the right side. Stevens got a first down, a little bit more.
About 4, 5, no, 5, but maybe even 6.
We got to learn how to count.
I run out of fingers at 4, so.
We got to watch them a county education.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry about that.
I mean, I run out of fingers at 4, so I got to.
You got a 4?
4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That big.
Some ain't a finger, it's just a helper.
It's a helper. And hand off to Davenport this time. He's got about 9, maybe 8 yards there. Golly, he trucked the kid.
That's like a daggone torpedo on a jelly roll.
I ain't never heard that before. Okay, that'll be a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 now. On the Howard 40-yard line. 40-yard line. And we got 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. And handed off Stevens around the left side. Stevens gets the first down.
That just looks like a big old family hug right there.
Oh, man. Got a hug from his own lineman.
Aggressive group hug.
That was not Stevens on that run. That was Dylan Sanders on that run. Off the wing that time. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
But he did get a first down. So, first down from the Howard 36-yard line. Oh. And Howard apparently didn't have enough players, or he's telling a player that he can't be on the field.
No, they added another guy in for substituted.
Substitutional. Number 75 comes out. And number championship,
66, I think.
I believe you're out.
And 66 is the East.
Oh, Peace. It is Peace.
Weighs
And-
260 pounds.
Snap.
Flag on the play.
What is flag for? I want to see that on film. I don't believe it's false start.
Yeah, close. Is that the first flag on Sparky today?
Second.
What was the first?
Same thing.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was like
Come
the
on.
first play.
That's a good start.
Yeah, great start to the ball game. Anyway, back to this. 10 minutes left now in the third quarter. And
Oh.
Stevens breaks out a run.
You know,
For,
I mean, surprisingly, I don't know how they do this, but they'll give 5 yards just about every time they run it up center.
except when
And-
Barker runs it up center clock
Yeah.
route.
But, I mean, it's just, you get tripped.
Yeah, but now we got a 2nd and 7 after that 7-yard gain from who was the one on Stevens on the right
Louis
side that time.
Yeah.
And hand off this time to Davenport. Davenport on the run gets tackled by 4 players.
Big old 75.
It was 75, 16, and number 9.
And I tell you what, I would not want to mess with that big old 75.
I wouldn't want
I
to get
mean, man, you're pretty big.
Yeah.
He truck us.
When he's bigger than me, he's pretty daggone big. Saying you that right now.
When, yeah.
And they those 2 players right there at the end of that. And handed off to Stevens. He goes around the
Run
right
it out
side
wide.
this time. He's got a first down.
Yeah. And we have 8 minutes and 37 seconds. Indians 21. Howard 6 in the third quarter. And it is 1st and 10.
That's right. What? Okay. And that was a great little run there by Stevens for about what was that, about 6 yards in?
Yeah, I believe so.
And now he's going to hand it off to him again around the left side, and he gets up the middle instead after getting hit a little bit. But
Believe there's no yard
he
there.
gained 2 yards.
And, you know, what surprises me, Robert, these last, 2 games, I believe, the Indians have decreased their passes by at least 50%. I mean, you don't see a lot of
They
them.
threw one past the whole game. And it was caught by
No, that's on 2, I think.
now one. And it went through that
Yeah,
back to hands.
I'm like,
Stevens got it. But it's handed off to Davenport up the middle. He's got a few yards. He's got a first down.
man.
Every time Davenport runs up the middle, he's either 2 yards from first down or got one.
Or he's well past it.
Oh, I didn't hear him that touchdown in.
I didn't like it. I didn't like that kid over there. He was laughing. He ain't laughing no more. And 7 minutes and 20 seconds left till fourth quarter. Indians still leading 21-6.
And hand off to Stevens. He's hit from behind this time. I don't know if that's really in the backfield or not.
No, they gained.
I believe he gained 8 yards or stayed where they're at.
But either way, you know, we're talking about Howard's defense supposedly being pretty good. You know, really, they are doing good. They just have a few slip-ups every once in a while. They gave a few big yards.
And the Kowalski's offense is really showing up.
Yeah.
And that is number 11? Or is that Barker?
I don't know. It's 5.
It is Barker. It is.
Yeah.
And now they're on their own. No, not their own. Excuse me. Howard. 17-yard line. No. Oh my goodness. On the line. 12-yard line. And Parker's going to take it under center now, and Davenport behind him. See what they run on this play, and hands it off Stevens around the right.
Oh!
He's got it. Oh! And he almost ends up in the end zone, but number 9 gets a shoelace tackle. And I mean shoelace when I say that. Number 9, that is Aaron Cal.
A-Cal.
A-Cal.
A-Cal 47.
A-K.
Man, that was a good play. Finally, they seen that running out wide work.
They finally saw that, and he had a really good stiff arm.
Yeah.
But that number Cal just came down with his shoelaces in his hand, so he didn't go anywhere after that.
Yeah.
That is a first down Indians. That'll be first and goal. Inside the 5, I believe they'll be placed right in between the 4 and 5 yard line. We are in the third with 5:46 left in the third quarter. 21-6. Indians lead this game, and they are now first and goal on the 5 yard line.
And they run it into the center with
Davenport
Davenport.
goes up the middle. He's in the end zone right after he fumbles right at the end of the play, but he goes in the end zone.
Huh.
That was amazing. Well, I think he just threw the ball up after it hit the ground.
I think so.
So, Indians score once again now 27-6. But we're going to see Abraham see if he can put this one through and make it 28-6.
And he goes for the kick.
There's kick, and I think that one is good. That is 28-6. Indians, 5:30 left in the third quarter. Oh.
And Robert, I do have an update for you. You're going to find this interesting. Notre Dame over Smith County, 42-15 right now in the fourth.
42?
I thought it's just like 2 or 3, or 1 or 2 touchdowns.
What happened?
Well, it was 14-12, then 21-15, and then from there, 28, 35, 42. That's kind of how scoring goes there, Robert.
So what is that score again, tell me?
42-15.
Okay.
So, interesting score there. East Ridge, 9-6 over to Cobb County. That's still a halftime score. Can't find anything else for that one.
All right,
If I do, I'll let y'all know.
The Squatchy's going on the kickoff. Great kickoff return.
And he lets that one go out of bounds down there at the 10-yard line, which is quite ridiculous. They could have caught it way earlier than that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
They let it go out of bounds.
And Robert, I did find out that Andrew Banks, the one that scored 3 touchdowns, he now has 256 yards and 5 touchdowns on the night.
On that night?
On the night.
Oh, my Lord.
Man.
Looks like he was just determined to end that game.
Apparently
You
so.
win, I guess.
I got a hot date
5
tonight.
minutes.
Do what?
I got a hot date tonight. I got to get out of here, guys.
Oh,
Run,
man.
Forrest, run.
And Bowen takes it himself, and he's tackled in the backfield by number 52. Who's 52?
52 is Garrett Castle.
Garrett Castle.
And also Joseph Colson along with that tackle.
Wow. First time I've called that Garrett Castle name since Canning County game.
Yeah, I believe so. And repeat, it is 28-6 with Sequatchie leading with 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
And Bowen takes the snap, takes the handoff. He's going to pass.
Oh!
Deflected.
By number
Deflected
52,
by Garrett.
Garrett.
Castle, that is. We didn't say his last name. We just said his first name.
Oh, Lord, that was...
Garrett Castle playing some amazing
outside D line right there. Yeah. I think he's like right in between JV and varsity.
He is. He really is. But somehow or another, the ref just kicked the ball off the mark.
Now, Robert, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so if these scores stay like they are, okay, Sequatchie County wins, Notre Dame wins, who have you got next round?
Do what?
I said if Notre Dame wins and Sequatchie wins, which is looking like it will end up that way, who you got next round?
What?
Okay, that's fair enough, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Notre Dame didn't even show up till the fourth quarter.
That's all you need is one quarter, my friend.
All you need is a few plays. All you need is a few plays, apparently.
We would have lost to Bledsoe County had we not had a fourth quarter, buddy.
That's true, and that is a nice punt from Howard there. It goes down to the 40 of the Indian ball on the Indian 40. 4:28 left in the third quarter, 28-6. Indians lead the game. If you're just joining us, I'm Robert Ishley from TSSN Nation. I'm going to call it Nation. The Nation, man. Because we have had, from California, Arizona, and California listeners. Of course, they're both from Butch County, but it still counts. It counts. Listeners across the nation.
Hey, we got them from East Coast to West Coast. I know a few people in North Carolina, down in Florida, over to California, like you were saying.
And from Barker going down. Alec Hudson going so fast he doesn't stop until he gets to the goal line. But he misses that catch at the 15. Barker chunked that one. Yeah. Golly. That's been, a 60-yard pass? 55, 60-yard pass.
And had he made that one, guys, it sounds like he would have been up in Canada as far as that one was.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord.
Hey?
Well, we're going duck hunting now? We got to go Canada? Hey, that ain't no bad idea.
This is what happens when you put rednecks on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Go like a big shot. Every time that like NASCAR pit stop. Red paint, yeah. Red inside. And it is 1st and 10 for the Indians, right at the 50-yard line. 50-yard line. And 4 minutes left. At least you didn't say 51. 51-yard line. And hand it up, Steven's got a few yards, maybe about 6 on that play. 5. They'll probably kill it back to 4. That was 4. Oh, he kicked it. Yeah, keep kicking it. Keep kicking it that way. Kick it to the end zone. And they're going to place it at the 45 of Howard. So, 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 for the Indians. Now in Howard territory.
Now, Robert, right here at this point, do you start putting your second string in, or do you wait for another touchdown or two?
I'd wait until the fourth quarter, to be honest with you. 28-6 is still Stevens is first down a little bit more. Shoelay tackled by number 2, I believe. He don't look number 8. Oh, number 8. That is Fanazi. Not sure how to pronounce that name. Thank you, Mr. Edison. That's easy. We'll go with it. Mr. Fanisi. Sounds kind of sneezy. Aren't you kind of queasy? Oh, I just started rapping. That's awesome. Okay. Now I sound like Chandler. Oh, and that is Stevens on another 76-yard run. They go 77 on their team, just pushing about 4 or 5 of them back. It's like herding cattle.
All right, a scoring update from, I got this from DCT 3 TV. They're the ones that live stream the games up toward Region 4 3A. In the third, DeKalb County is down 23-7 to East Ridge after just being behind 9-6 early in that game.
wow. 23 to what now?
23-7.
23-7. Okay.
And, guys, it's looking like Sequatchie County will be the only 4-3A team to advance if the trends keep going like they are.
That sounds correct. Of course, Red Bank game's over, so I knew that was going to happen.
So the only hope left is Eastridge to Cab. If the Cab can somehow come from behind and win that one, that would be a miracle. But
What quarter are they in?
they're in the third quarter, down 23-7. So I mean that's doable. But on the other hand, you're looking like Sequatchie County is going to be the only 4-3A team to. That's 23-6. Excuse me. Eastridge over to Cab. So Sequatchie County could be the only 4-3A team advancing to the next round, but they would host the next opponent.
They'd host Notre Dame.
They would host Notre Dame. It's looking like they're going to host Notre Dame tomorrow, next week. Why did I say tomorrow? I don't know. Back to you guys.
All right, we got a minute counting down, really, in the third quarter.
And
What
that is
ball?
handed off to
Downport
Brown. And he's
Man.
replaced by number 8 again with his shoelace grabbing skills.
I tell you what, that kid, he'd probably tie his shoes from 50 foot away.
Oh, man. Hell, Davenport almost goes in on that play, but he's sitting on the 3-yard line.
Third.
We are about to see in the fourth is 50 seconds counting down. But the Indians may have enough time to score right here before the fourth. And Davenport is in the end zone with 35 seconds left.
Touchdown, baby. That bumps it up to 34 points to 6, possibly 35. And they get lined up to go for the field goal. And it's good. Now it is 35-6 with just 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Sean, to blow my prediction out of the water, mine was 21-7. But hey, that's a better thing, I guess.
And as the score continues to go up and up, you got to look at common scores. I'm looking at Notre Dame, trying to find it again. But that'll be interesting to see how Notre Dame did against Howard. And they actually beat Howard 35-7. So very, very similar score right now to what Notre Dame did against Howard. So that could be a really, really good matchup next week.
But the Indians still have a whole nother fourth.
It is. And you think about this, too. Notre Dame scored 42 points in this game against Smith County. So if they can score another point, I mean, that could really show how close this game could be because it looks like it could be a 42-6 game.
And that is a long run from Abraham down to the 15-yard line. And he's going to be okay, no, he ain't. All right, okay, he's going to top that between, I believe that's the 7-yard line. Okay.
I believe that's the farthest Abraham's ever kicked.
That's a deep kick from Abraham down to the 15-yard line. Pretty sure this is a holding or blocking the back from Howard at the 20, so that's going to be 10 yards back from there.
Ow.
And, of course, that'll bring it back to a first and 10 at their 11-yard line.
That's nice.
That's wonderful. And snap to Bowling. Bowling hands it off up the middle, and he goes
Nowhere.
maybe a yard.
Oh,
and
and
a
a
flag
flag.
thrown. 2 flags. Not sure what they're for or who they're against.
Please blow.
Just a dog pile there. maybe one on each team, face mask, defense. I don't know where they got that from. I've never seen one of the Indians full face mask.
Me neither.
I've seen it accidental by a running back.
Yeah.
But that one was, and that one gives them another 5 yards. Apparently, that's an accidental face mask. And he's going to pass. That's Bowling. He's looking to pass, getting really pressured. No, he's going to take it himself. Tackled by number 2. That's Kyle Cates.
Did he get first down, Robert? Or
No, I don't believe he got a first. He's pretty close, but that is the end of the third, and I believe they will measure the ball. They're going to measure this while the Indians in the third quarter. Yeah. Yep. And if Chandler wasn't heard on the radio, Davenport has 5 TDs on the night. If the player that wasn't ahead, he was second before this game in touchdown scored in the season. If the other player hadn't really scored anything, Davenport's going to be well ahead of him.
yeah. I mean,
I think Davenport had 20 and the other player had 24, so that put him ahead by 1. If he hasn't scored any.
yeah.
And I'm not sure who that player was. I can't remember. I mean, I looked it up like just last week. Ow. And now Howard's going to take the first snap of the fourth quarter and go about a yard with it. That's number 3 on the carry. Something turned his phone off. I don't have any name. We'll see here in a second.
Number 3, M. Williams, running back. 187 pounds.
He's a bigger running back.
Yeah, he's a big old running back.
He's also one of the kids that can shoot like Michael. That must be the way. Bowling takes the snap under center, fakes the handoff, then hands it off to number 2. And he gets tackled.
Well, I'm so confused.
On the 25-yard line, maybe 26.
And we now have 11 minutes in the fourth quarter. Indians 35-6.
Wow.
That scores went up really high, and we haven't really noticed it yet.
And besides the Red Bank and Upland game, this is probably one of the highest scores of the week in the playoffs.
Oh,
and he is tackled in the backfield by Stevens and Kate. That was number 16 on the carry, handed off from Bowling.
It looks to be 4th and 8 now, or 4th and 7.
And now Bowling getting ready to punt to Colin Hudson. And that'll be a flag on, delay of game, I believe, on...
Yeah.
Delay of game? Okay. On the team that has the ball. So yeah. I couldn't think of their name for nothing right there. But that'll give them a little bit more room
to work with.
Yeah, a little bit more room for Colin to have a return chance.
4th. And, they're going to punt, so.
4th and a lot. 14.
A lot.
And a punt.
Oh!
Straight up! That play, and it goes backwards. Where'd that go out of bounds, that coach?
15, 16.
yard line.
Oh my goodness. That was perfect.
That was bloody pitiful, man. I'm telling you, gun good.
As it a German in this thing. The only thing I've learned in that class is das is ganz good. That means that is very good, I think. I think.
You would think up a redneck thought that say in German. That's good, I think. And it all through Stevens, and that's I don't know if that's a flag or a timeout. It is a flag on Howard. Illegal substitution. Too many players on the field.
Huh. They are starting to look like Grundy now.
Oh my goodness. Substitution infraction on Howard. Again. That was apparently that was the other call. Other one. Never mind. Anyway. Time out Howard. And the Indians are now on the Howard 15-yard line. I'm not sure. Is that after penalty yards or did he decline?
I think they declined it.
I believe he did. No, it's still first down, so no, it didn't. It was first down. Oh, yeah, never mind. It went out of bounds on the 20. You told me it went out of bounds on the 15?
I thought it did.
Well, you lied to everybody listening.
I'm sorry. I'm partially blind in both eyes, so.
I'm partially blind in, well, I'm not partially blind in one. I'm mostly blind in one.
I have selective hearing, partially blind.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got selective hearing.
Now, it sounds like you missed your calling, Robert, though.
Do what?
It sounds like you missed your calling. You should have been a ref.
I ain't no ref. Who wants to go zebra hunting? All right, now Davenport's on the run. And
Down on about the 2 or 3 yard line.
he gets a great run there.
Man.
Down to about the, Colton said 2 or 3, I'm going to say 4, that's where the rest stand. On the other side of the field. Them thing refs don't know what they talking about. I tell you what, he was in the touchdown zone, I tell you. What now? You sound like that, back up. No. Oh my goodness. I can't.
Oh.
Touchdown Indians
By Austin Stevens.
A little change up on the touchdown.
That's his first touchdown today, ain't it?
Not, yeah. So, 6 touchdowns for the Indians, 5 by Davenport, 1 by Stevens.
It's 41 and 6.
I'm going to watch Abraham try and make this one. And there's snap. It was almost up, but it is good. 42-6. Indians lead this ball game. 9:33 left in the fourth quarter. Looking like an Indian type of night. Wait. That was Steve. Yeah, you never know. There's still 9:33 left in the fourth quarter. Davenport may still have that 6 TD night. I think that'd be a school record, wouldn't it? 6 TDs in one night for one player.
I'm not sure, but I'll look in the TWSA record book to see what I can find.
5 could be.
5 could be a school record, but I think Hunter Lewis had that before. So, and his 9. Of course, Hunter Lewis broke all different kinds of records whenever he was here.
Yeah.
Especially for the long jump. when you're the only white kid in Tennessee that can long jump like that. Man, and he boots that one again past the 20, down to the 10, and number 2, I believe, picked it up. And he shoelace tackles.
We've learned a little from them already.
We've learned a little bit about shoelace tackle, and that's Caleb Reed on the tackle. And I believe they may have popped his wrist or his ankle out of place there. That was quick. Ow. That looked like Bo Jackson's tackle. You know, he was going so fast, grabbed his leg, grabbed. Oh, he's got a cramp. He's putting his leg up. Bowen stretched out one of his running backs there after that short kickoff return. Got about maybe 11 yards on that return. from the 10. So they're on the 21-yard line, their own 21. But we're waiting on him to get back up after this small cramp. That is number 2. That is
Yarborough. I don't know
how the heck.
Mo Yarborough.
Mo Yarborough? Mo Yarborough? Can I mow your yard, bro?
No. There's nothing to mow anymore. The daggum desert out here.
And Snap goes to Bowling. He's back to pass. He's under pressure, and he is sacked. I'll get you the 4 numbers that I see. A 71.
John Boston.
Oh, is it 73? That's John Boston, yeah.
76. That's
Colson
Colson.
and Couch.
Yeah, that's no surprise. And we now have 8 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Your Indians 42-6. That's a lot. A lot.
And that's a flag on, man. This is starting to look like rodeo.
I'll tell you what, their jerseys are looking a little purple to me.
Looks like Bowman's getting a little slow trying to get his teams and lines set up and everything.
So, hey, it is getting colder. That might be slowing down a little.
It is getting a little bit colder out here, but not too bad.
It's actually down in the 60s now, guys.
Yeah, finally. I was waiting on it.
It's only taken
Finally wearing my overalls.
It's only taken since August to get down to 55, guys.
I know.
And normally it's about August when it gets down to 55. That's another sack from Joseph Colson. Yes.
I think my phone went crazy because it says it's 74 degrees in Dunlap. I do not believe that's just wrong.
I don't believe it's 74 degrees. I ain't know that come way.
It went full retard.
You need to refresh that thing. Good Lord.
Well, it is using our school Wi-Fi, so, you know, that's
The
greatest Wi-Fi in the world.
It's using LTE there, smart.
Well, it was.
Chandler has 60 degrees for you at his house. So that's your cart at the studio there. And
that should be
the ball's thrown, but there is a flag for
grounding.
Intentional ground. No, they call that flag off. Or it's just a decline penalty. Anyway, it should have been intentional grounding. Coach Kane just goes and declines it. It is now 3rd and 2 minutes to count. 4th and 2 minutes to count. 4th and 24. Thank you, Mr. Edison, for saying that, because I wasn't counting. And they are going to punt it back in. I want to use the punt this time. And there's the punt. Barely gets it off. And goes back to the Howard 46.
And it is now 5 minutes and 55 seconds in the fourth quarter.
And this is a Mercy Rule game.
Hoorah.
So the clock's going to keep it rolling.
Oh.
Indians are going to get the ball. Looks like old Zachary Morgan's going to get placed quarterback. He's out there ready to go. I see White Blevins and Will Hale.
It's wide
Oh,
open.
my goodness, White Blevins. You're my hero.
Mr. Wyatt.
No, I'm just kidding.
I thought he was.
That's not White. That is Will Hale.
No, that is Adrian Jackson.
And, yeah, number 20 and number 28, Adrian Jackson and Will Hale. Coach Kane looked a little bad there after his second-string team just went out there on the field. We'll see what the second string can do against the first string Howard.
They can pull a few strings.
We'll have to pull a few strings. Grant Grady now in fullback. You got number 10. That's Blake Ramsey out there at wide receiver.
I got Jay Robertson at tackle, Hayden King, or I believe that's guard. Yeah, Jay Robertson at guard, and Hayden King.
Tyler Moeller at tight end.
My buddy Hayden King's at center.
And that's handed off to Jackson. Jackson gets about 2 yards and goes down.
Not a bad start.
Not a bad start for the second string of the Indians.
Yeah. And it is 4 minutes and 50 seconds till game over.
Is this not the third, fourth week in a row we've had to call second string players' names out?
Yeah.
This is the fourth week in a row.
I know most of the games that I've been helping y'all out with.
This is the third Crunchyroll game in 4 games. And there goes Jackson for almost the first down. He's really close to the first down on that play.
The second string is just second string. Second string doing just as good as the first is.
Yeah.
Minus Davenport.
Minus Davenport. They got Brett Gray and there's Davenport.
Hey, whatever works, man.
That's number 25 coming in now. Who's that? That is Will Keener.
Will Keener.
I ain't got his name out in a while.
I believe he's wide receiver.
And Morgan under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to, that's Jackson again up the middle. I believe he's got a first down. He's pretty close. Yes, he does. He needs a first down. By Jackson.
Man.
Good play by Jackson.
And we now got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Chandler, you know how many listeners we got?
Thank you. 414 listeners tonight. And Brick Gray goes up the middle.
Man.
A good 5 yards.
They just opened that up perfectly. Yeah, who needs the first string? Just put the second string out there and they'll get it done.
Okay, I regret to inform you that most touchdowns in a game, I can't find anything for most rushing touchdowns in a game, but most touchdowns in a game, he's a long way off, guys. The record is 11.
Oh, by one person.
By one person.
In a game.
In a game.
Man.
And there's a flag. I believe that's holding on the Indians. Maybe offsides on the defense, because they won't call that on a regular play until after the play starts.
Oh, it was offense.
But it is offense. That'll be a holding call, I believe. No, that's... What? Oh, clipping. Okay.
Ooh.
Only a 5-yard penalty instead of a 10-yard holding penalty.
Hey, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that any day.
But anyways, what I was trying to say was Eddie Burge has 11 touchdowns, and he was...
Eddie Burge? You're kidding.
Eddie Burge. B-Y-R-G-E.
Oh, Burge, okay.
Yeah. He played for Huntsville back in the day. Jalen Hurd is also on the list, but he's only got 7.
Wow.
7 in a game.
I was asking if it was just like a school record, but that state record's 11. So
man.
Well, I don't have like personal school records, but I'll try to find some for you real quick.
All right.
We got 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
Like the Indians are going to finish out strong.
I believe. I would say so, unless they can
screw up.
Just take
it is 42-6 here in the fourth quarter. Brick Gray goes up the middle. He's got the first down. Maybe. Yeah, I believe he does. That's the first down by Brick Gray. 57 seconds counting down. If the Indians want to do anything, they better hurry it up. That was a great run by Gray.
Yeah.
And it was a 14-yard run.
It's that same gap he run earlier that just split up openly.
Yeah.
I believe it's right on the hip of the right side guard is where they're running.
And they're going to let all the time run out possible. 11 seconds on the play clock.
Possibly
47
a
on the
touchdown.
game. And here's
No,
the
there's-
knee from
and
Morgan. That will
that'll
be the end. Say goodbye to Howard.
Woo! Indians now are 11 and 0.
Like their sign said, but Howard kind of ripped it up a little bit before the game started. Indians are still undefeated.
How's it feel, Robert?
It feels awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we gotta go. I'm kind of getting tired of showing up every weekend, but it's awesome.
All right, another win for Sequatchie County. Tally it up 11 on the season as they get their 11th win of the season against Howard in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. The final score, 42-6. Hunter Davenport has 5 straight touchdowns on the night as the Indians keep on rolling to the second round. Hashtag Irish up next. Hashtag run the luck out. You like it?
I like it.
All right, that's the official hashtag for next week. Hashtag run the luck out. All right, we're going to take a quick break as Robert goes down to the field to get interviews, and we'll be right back here on Spirit Nation Radio. In the meantime, we got Sean Cooley and Old School Chevy cranking it up right here on Spirit Nation Radio. Stay tuned for the coaching and player interviews.
I'm in that old school Chevy. Pockets getting heavy. No, I gotta grind to keep from falling like confetti. In that old school Chevy. Pockets getting heavy. No, I gotta grind to keep from falling like confetti. In that old school. I'm in that old school. I'm in that old school. I'm in that old school Chevy. Tired of 9 to 5s, don't live the high life. I'd rather grind, y'all are running through the motions. I'd rather climb, it's hard to lace up. I mean, when your hands are tied, nah. I'll be coming for the top spot. It's my time, y'all can go now. I stop watch, get it, my time. Stop watch, wordplay, got them on their toes like hopscotch. Hey, I got the flow that you would die for. I'm looking at them through the scope on my rifle. I might pull the trigger, take your life on the mic, or I might let it slide. I've been trying to read the Bible more. You fools know I'm about to drop. I keep my feet cap flat. I keep my blue collar popped. I'm in that old school Chevy. Pockets getting heavy. No, I gotta grind to keep from falling like confetti. In that old school Chevy. Pockets getting heavy. No, I gotta grind to keep from falling like confetti. In that old school. I'm in that old school. I'm in that old school. I'm in that old school. Yeah. Sequatchie County, born and raised. Partner rappers on my platter, I ain't eating days. Below the surface, you can find a way. But in high grass, you will find snakes. Let me get that. I'm a rip it, I feel it, I'm independent, I'm finna kill it. My pictures are painted vivid, I'm on. If I say that I'm in it, I'm so ahead of them mentally. Got two brains with the same mind. Man, I want it in the worst way. Fake rappers like, can I get a verse, eh? I just treat them like a home run to ring. I'ma throw it back. It's not even Thursday. Do another jab, but they don't understand my wordplay. Now they nervous stomach turning like a first date. I do my thing, no mercy. Cause if you swing and miss, you will never end up with first base. Man, it's like I'm in a battle. I'm fighting for the power. No matter what, I will devour. I will never come unravel. No matter if I'm up creek, need even without a paddle. You couldn't reach me on a ladder. Even if you stacked it on top of a couple scaffolds. I'm the type to rip individuals who be actors. My city on my back, it looks something like a back road. I'm in that old school Chevy. Pockets getting heavy. No, I got it.
And welcome back to TSSN Radio. I'm Chandler Morrison to give you your final scoreboard update on the night. Got a lot of finals. Not a lot of them are going too far into the night. Upperman falls to Red Bank 54-13. South Pittsburgh over Cornersville 62-12. Summertown falls to Whitwell by a score of 23-0. And going back up, Meigs County beats Jackson County 49-14. Marion County 42-0 over Westmoreland. And going back down the list, Tyner Academy in a close game with Forest. Tyner up over Forest with 2:11 left to go in the fourth quarter, 14-13. that could be a very, very big upset. Forrest been ranked in the top 5 all season. East Ridge 23-12 over DeKalb County in the fourth quarter. Columbia Academy 36 over Grace Baptist 21. And then going down your list, of course, your Indians are winners 42-6 over Howard tonight. They'll go to the second round, and they'll face Notre Dame, who beat Smith County 49-15 tonight. And continuing on down the scoreboard list, Watertown takes down Boyd Buchanan 25-7. That's a third quarter score. Excuse me, that's not final yet. We're going to keep all our eyes on Tyner Forest because that could be interesting to see if Tyner can beat Forest. And Forest just went up 19-14. East Ridge is still close to DeKalb County. DeKalb County brings it within 6. A score, 5 there. 23-18 is the score there. And we'll be back after this short break. Back to Old School Chevy with Sean Cooler.
Keep from falling like confetti in that old school Chevy. Pockets getting heavy. No, what I gotta grind it. Keep from falling like confetti in that old school. I'm in that old school. I'm in that old school. I'm in that old school Chevy. Pockets.
And we're back here on TSSN Radio. I'm here with Coach Kane after his first-round win over Howard, 42-6. Coach, what was your mindset coming into this game?
Well, we had a great amount of respect for Howard, especially after watching them dispatch of Signal Mountain last week. They got some big, strong kids and some guys that can run. And, the first thing we said Monday was, y'all better be ready to play your best game, and the kids bought into that, and we knew we had our work cut out for us. But the last thing I said before we left the locker room was to come out for the game. As I told them, let's just make sure we play our style of football, and we did it tonight. So,
and Coach, the 10-0, being 10-0 last week, how did you kind of, corral that energy this week during practice?
Well, the big thing was Monday. I said, great season, 10-0, but everybody's 0-0 now. And, I didn't want to harp on it, but I made sure the kids remembered our first-round play game last year, and it really kind of put a huge damper on a decent season. And, I think we learned from it, and I got some kids that want to continue to play ball, so that's exciting.
Hunter Davenport was nominated for a semifinalist for Mr. Football. What was your reaction to finding that out today?
I was pretty fired up. I kind of had some inside scoop that he might, so but we're fired up for him. I don't think there's anybody in this state that deserves it more than that kid does, so I wasn't surprised, but I'm fired up for him.
How many kids do you know that could get that nomination and then come out and score 5 touchdowns?
Well, I know Hunter can do it, so he's a beast. He's a beast.
What was really the tail of the tape as far as defensively tonight and keeping Howard to 6 points?
Well, we had to tackle. We saw number 2. I mean, there's one play where I think he made all 11 of us miss, and but the kids were hungry, and we were kind of playing hard, getting around the football, so that gave us a chance to kind of corral them.
And next week, with both these scores being final, you'll take on Notre Dame at home. What are you looking at that game?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't even want to think about them right now. I know they're really good and really talented. I know some of the coaches on that staff. I know they got a really, really good staff, and but I want to kind of let this one sink in and enjoy it. And, it's good to be playing another week. That's all I'll say.
And a lot of media attention, a lot of hype around the program. How do you keep that straight with your kids?
Oh, they love it. They deserve it. This town deserves it. And, they're grounded kids. I'm fortunate to have a great group of seniors that doesn't let crap go to their heads. And, they're good, and I don't really have to worry about it.
All right, Coach, congrats on 11-0 in your first-round playoff victory, 42-6 against Howard. Thank you, Coach. Have a good night.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. All right, 42-6 the score in case you just heard, and that was Coach Kane. We just got done talking to him. And Robert, where you at?
I'm right here.
All right, I think we're going to try to get an interview with Hunter Davenport, 5 TDs on the night if we can arrange that. So I'm going to let Robert go try to arrange that real quick.
I'm looking for him. Hold on a minute.
All right.
I see him, but he's taking pictures at the moment.
He is taking pictures at the moment. Update you on the Tyner Academy Forest game. Forest takes it 21-14 at the end of that ball game. Tyner was just up 14-13 over Forest, and Forest comes back with 2 minutes left and scores and keeps on moving. They had trouble with Bledsoe County last year as well. They were within a touchdown last year going forward. Eastridge bit up only by 5 over DeKalb County late in the fourth. Eager to see that if DeKalb County can come back and beat Eastridge, they'll be, if they do, they would be the only 2 teams in 4-3A to advance to the second round with Sequatchie County. Right now, we're set for a matchup with Notre Dame next week. So we'll see if Robert has Hunter yet. You got him yet?
He said, just wait a minute, let him get done talking to his family over here.
All right, that sounds good. We'll let him talk to his family, and we'll give you some Sean Cooley while we're waiting, guys.
I'm in beast mode, man, I got the whole crew lit. I'm killing it, independence, been asking for my blueprint. Too sick, verbal aggression, I am abusive. I've never had a dime, now you're tuning in for my 2 cents. Real, R-E-A-L. I know you can't stand me, might as well sit still. Boy, I got the type of boss you wanna see if you misbail. That mean I got the type of flow to keep you wrapped up in a sail. Y'all don't really want war with me. You see the crown on top, that's royalty. I'm from the back, what's a rapping when I spoil me? I know you're mad, but what happened to loyalty? Feel me? It's been a long time coming, boy. I started from the bottom, but I hit the ground running. I'm the king of the valley. They done put the crown on me. I can't look at you rappers without looking down, homie. Nah, woo. Alright, let me get them. I'm ahead of you, second guesses. You peasants, but the feeling on consecutive records. I know my presence make you timid. It's a lyrical weapon. The type to get a gimmick stepping. I'm a beast. I ain't stopping for a second. Sequatchie County rapping. I'm riding up on 11. Inside of a Chevy Impala, thought of the metal. You're not on my level. You never will now or ever. Never. Who the man now? Killing rappers on the regular. We got a man down. Hear the feds moving in. Trace the body on the ground. Every track's a murder scene. There's yellow tape all around, huh? Proceed with caution. Don't speak. I feast on beats way too often. No peace for these who keep releasing garbage. I'ma put them 6 feet underneath or they coffin. Beast. If they hating, homie, they in for a long day. For a while I had my focus in the wrong place. Fame, money, cars, brainwashed by the fakes. Never felt pity for myself, I had to learn from my mistakes. Now I'm bound to be the one that they gon' talk about. They got a problem, that's okay, just let them talk it out. They know better, they gon' watch what come up out their mouth. Ayy, not too bad for a redneck that they done counted out. Yeah, I'm from the south, walk outside here and playing that Hank Williams. Back in college they would laugh when I spoke, cause my slang different, my aim different. I ain't trapping the strap, I ain't dealing, trying to provide a voice to my city that can't hear it. Now I'm picking apart these rappers, hit it with the venom I've been spitting, I'm an addict. Kill them until I'm considered established, we and I come from the same fabric. Nah, can y'all compete with me now? You're telling tales, throw a quarter in a fountain, maybe that'll wish you well. I'm a beast.
And we're back here on TSSN Radio with Hunter Davenport. How you doing, man?
Huh? I didn't hear what he said.
I'm sorry, but you got me now?
I got you.
All right, how you doing now, man?
Good.
Okay, going into this game, what was this kind of team's mindset going into Howard?
Just controlling their speed and hitting them.
And, going into tonight, I don't know a lot of players that could do this, but, when you found out that you were nominated for a Mr. Football Award in 2 categories, what was your reaction?
Well, I was happy, but it wasn't all me. It was the whole team. I mean, they make me look just as good. I mean, it can't be all me. So.
And so when did you find out today about that?
I found out this morning.
This morning. Going through this game, what did you feel was the determining factor? What did you feel really set y'all in for this win?
At halftime, we just came out and just started driving it, and that's when we knew that we was kind of closing it in on them.
All right, man. Celebrate it up and live it up. Great game tonight, man. We'll see you.
That's it. Thanks, man.
All right, this is TSSN Radio. In case you're just joining us, that was Hunter Davenport. 42-6. The Indians win big over Howard in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. Robert, are you there with us now?
Yeah.
What is your takeaway initially from this game?
I think the Indians kicked some butt.
Well, we can see that was apparent. What did you really think was the determining factor in this one?
Well, I think that we ran too many offensive plays for Howard to handle.
I felt like that too. I mean, and coming into this, when you thought Howard would have some speed, and they did, you got to be honest with yourself, they did have some speed. But coming into this, did you think Sequatchie County was going to be so dominant?
Do what?
Did you think Sequatchie County was going to be so dominant in this game?
I thought it'd be about 2 touchdown win, not a mercy rule game.
And I guess that's what we have to have as a mercy rule game every Friday, just to kind of keep us that momentum going. Because, for the last 3 weeks, I don't think they played pretty much a full game. I don't think these Stars have played a full 4 quarters down to the wire since that Warren County game, which I think prepared them a lot to handle stress there in time. But, Robert, how deserving is Davenport of this Mr. Football Award right now?
He's really deserving of it, but you hear how he talks. He knows it's the whole team. He doesn't want to say it's all just him, and it really isn't all just him.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is, especially on the defensive side. We call his name out every other play on the defensive side.
And then on the offensive side, you call it every score.
Yeah, exactly.
5 touchdowns tonight from Davenport, and he is a humble man, wants to put it all on the team. He found out this morning, and, he knew it wasn't him. A very humble human being, and you love to see that in the game of football where it is a team sport. And if you have hope for Sequatchie County next week, which I have a lot of hope, you have that hope, and that this team is probably one of the more complete units that I've seen in Sequatchie County in a while, Robert.
It is. It really is.
This is just one of those teams you look at and you say, wow, this is destined for great things, but you don't know whether they'll get to do that or not just because of the competition at the time. But we'll see how they do next week. We'll be on the call next week from Dunlap, Tennessee, right here in our hometown for Sequatchie County's game against Notre Dame in the second round. You heard it here first. Sequatchie County 42-6 over Howard as they continue to roll, and they go and they're 11-0. And we'll head to Dunlap next week and Notre Dame will head over here. Excuse me, I'm all bent up tonight. So excited over that win. Notre Dame travels to Sequatchie County next week, and they'll take on the Indians. Let's look at their score from this season. They played Smith County pretty close through the first quarter, and then they played lights out in the third quarter. They shut out Smith County in the second half. 49-15 was the final there, just for reference. Notre Dame's played a lot of great teams. I think it'll be a great game next week, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went down to the wire at all. But also I could see it going either way in a blowout just because these two teams are so evenly matched and so explosive. That's something you usually don't hear of a Sequatchie County team, but explosive is what you heard. But anyways, this has been Spirit Nation Radio, an affiliate of TSS in the Valley Networks. I'm Chandler Morrison, and Robert Easterly and Colton Weiss were on the call tonight here from Dunlap as the Indians took home the 42-6 victory over Howard. And I'm Chandler Morrison. And go Indians, and God bless. Good night, y'all.